let me introduce quickly, in the spirit of lightning, Martin Hamilton from Jisc. Martin, welcome.
Hi everybody. Is it on?
It is.
Excellent. So before I kick off, I just wanted to get a little 360 selfie of the group. So if you're up for this, wave your arms around and go woo, and if you don't want your picture taking and posting on Twitter, just sort of cower behind your arms and you won't be there. So 3, 2, 1, woo! Excellent. So it's just a bit of fun, but you never know. Sometimes these things can be quite a nice little sort of memento of an occasion. So I'm going to talk about what I call bridging the digital divide, and really it's about a few of the things that I see coming up in my day job as futurist, some of the things that we're doing about them at Jisc, and areas where we'd love to cooperate and collaborate with folk like you. So who the heck are we? We run something called the Janet Network. We run things like EduRoam and Jiscmail. If you're in the university sector, college sector, you use our services all the time. We have a nationwide 5,000 kilometre dark fibre network, computer network. We love to explore things like connecting science parks to that network to see what we can do with it. My own role is looking out for new partnerships, new technologies and things that we could collaborate to take forward. So that's enough about us, that's enough about me. Well, let's spend a moment looking at near future careers. So here's a couple of near future careers. Did you know DNA editor is a job now? So this is on LinkedIn, this is a listing of over 300 jobs for folk who know about CRISPR DNA editing. How do you find out about that? Where do you go to find out about that? How do you get qualified as a DNA editor? It's very interesting. Here's another list of over 300 jobs for drone engineers. These are things that seemed quite futuristic, they seemed quite sci-fi just maybe a couple of years ago. But those are real jobs now, and those are real jobs that people want to do. How can we help them to get the skills to do those jobs? And my favourite, asteroid miner. This really is a job. You really can. I'll tempt fate by saying go to planetaryresources.com and hit the apply now button. You can apply to be an asteroid miner. They're burning through somebody else's venture capital to try and come up with a technology that will let them mine asteroids when the space launch technology is actually cheap enough that they can get the kit up into space and probably the people as well. So that's an actual job that you can actually apply for right now. So I think it's pretty amazing. And actually we will have, in the UK, we will have spaceports very soon as well, which again seems impossibly sci-fi. The government is putting 10 million up for potential spaceports, and there's maybe 3 or 4 that are in the running. So the nearest from here is Glasgow Prestwick, which is an old RAF base. So we may well, and their goal is by 2020, we may well have at least one functioning UK spaceport by 2020. So we talk about digital, we talk about digital skills and digital careers, and there's a tendency to kind of focus on the comfort zone. We talk about apps, we talk about websites, we talk about the things that we're most familiar with. And actually there's all this stuff which is very profoundly digital. Digital is at the heart of it. You can't do it without digital. I want to say a couple of words about what we're doing to help with all this. So let's imagine that you've discovered AI and machine learning, and you're thinking, right, well, I keep hearing about this. I want to learn about this. And there's a great example from Twitter. Somebody's made a little app that will, given a sketch, it will make a picture of a cat. That picture of a cat is generated by an AI. It doesn't actually go off and find a cat that looks like it. You do a sketch, it makes a cat picture. You draw a monster, this is a good tweetable image by the way, you draw a monster and you get a cat monster. Well, how the heck does that work? Well, if I want to go and learn about machine learning, I want to learn about artificial intelligence. Okay, there are courses that you can take, actually not as many perhaps as there could be. It would be nice to see a few more of those. We've got a whole bunch of free open online resources at a site called store.jisc.ac.uk. I will tweet the links later on. A whole load of stuff that you can pull down. You don't need to hand over any money. This is already generated, it's open and it's shareable. We'd love to see what people do with this stuff. So I'm mentioning that. We're also doing quite a bit of work with organisations to build digital leadership and digital capability. And again, we have a whole bunch of resources that you can download. We've been mostly working with universities and colleges. We'd love to see how people use those resources in businesses, in local government. We'd like to see it pushed out a little bit further. So they're all Creative Commons licensed. You can take them away and you can do stuff with them. We'd love to hear what you do with them, and do come and find me and we can talk about it. So what's next? Well, here's the thing. We've heard a lot about apprenticeships already today, and we've got quite a big activity going on right now to figure out, can we actually use digital to enhance the whole apprenticeship experience? And right now a lot of apprenticeship processes are not quite on the back of a fag packet, but they're not quite streamlined and they're not quite visible to the employer and the apprentice and to the skills provider. So we're working with a whole bunch of colleges, skills providers and actual learners to say, actually, well, you know, what would you like to see? What would help you to progress? And we're using a technology called learning analytics to gather data about how the apprentice is learning, to report back to their employer, to report back to show the apprentice themselves how they're progressing, what their trajectory looks like. We've been getting people to sketch what that might look like. We'd love to hear what you think about that, so we'd love you to join in with this Digital Apprentice initiative. There's a URL there, but again, I'll tweet that. And this is me, so come and find me or connect to me online. I'd love to have a conversation with you about all of this. So thank you very much.
Thank you. I just got caught by the lightning nature of that input then. Thank you very much, Martin.
That's okay.
Really appreciate it.